my opinion, if we're shut down, you can't be fired. And what does that mean? It does mean that people will not be paid, but it does mean that they will get their back pay. So hopefully we can stop some of the bleeding. We just saw that the Department of Education laid off 50% of their workforce. So I don't really understand why anybody would say, oh, we got to take the high road. Listen, he is decimating the federal government. And you're talking about whether or not we're going to keep the doors open. He literally is shutting down departments anyway.
He's literally doing it. That's Jasmine Crockett. She's becoming a show favorite here on The Mandate. Unfortunately, so we just have to check in with the other side every now and then. So, of course, the CR is now over in the Senate. The House is already gone. They left town already this week. So, with that in mind, on X this morning, I had to ask you, with them being all the way out, should we let if the government's going to shut down, do they have to ditch spring break? Should we make them come back or not? 70% of people said yes, make them work. The next biggest was 26% saying no, they don't work anyway. We were trying to have some fun in the middle. Nobody wanted to have any fun today. We're like, no, they're going to get sunburned. They're going to be on a beach. They're going to be doing this. And then Zoom calls, we thought, you know what? Like, if they don't work anyways, that's the way it goes.
Look, I would be in favor of a reality show with all these people on the beach, zooming into work. And I can just imagine, like, everyone in the house, out there in bathing suits, having a big beach party. I think that'd be hilarious.
But let's frame this, because if the Senate decides that they're not going to go along with this CR, if they change anything, the House has to come back. And they already had Thursday and Friday off. They actually left town on Wednesday, though. Mike Johnson said, you guys have done such a great job on Tuesday with the vote. Go ahead and take Wednesday off. And a lot of them did. So now the House members might have their spring break ruined. And that's where we are right now.
And this is the world's smallest violin.
It is.
Trying for all of them. I think most people are going to say, yeah, get back to work. It's fine. It would be pretty funny if they all had to come back. But again, like, this whole thing is kind of, you can just enjoy it because the Democrats are in a very interesting position. And what you saw with Crockett at the top, I mean, you said, we're fans or we're becoming fans. No.
We're not fans, but like in a weird, like hating it, like love to hate it.
The hate watch, but also every time I watch it, I lose brain cells. Like, I feel the brain cells popping in my frontal cortex. And you just listen to her. Oh, no, it's going to be a good thing because we're going to stop Trump from canceling your job fully. I mean, please do more of this.
You have way more brain cells, though, when you're watching Jasmine Crockett than you did the other day when we played the Kamala Harris clip.
That was so bad. The Doritos, and did you people see this? I mean, it was awful.
Yes. So, you know what? With all of that, we still have to come together. We still have to find a way as a country to coalesce and bring everything together, Matthew Peterson.
Yeah, and I think today I just want to talk a little bit about this new coalition, because you really do have a 60% of the country coalition that's coalesced and is real, but it's new. And so what's going to happen over the next few years is you're going to see tensions arise, healthy tensions between different parts of this new coalition on the right. So let's talk about the parts of that. I mean, just think about the voters. Some people are sort of Joe Rogan listeners, not very political per se, but they are against the wokeness. They don't like what's going on there. You have the tech bros who are about excellence and merit and are very angry about Elon not being able to go to Mars if we keep DEI. They see real fundamental problems in leadership in this country. They don't want to be ruled, frankly, by people who are inferior to them, who are incompetent. You see the classic on the right, the religious conservatives, and the rise of young trads who are, very, very pro-Trump. You see also the MAHA moms, right, rising up. The video we showed earlier from the White House, people talking about all these chemicals that sound like poisons in their food. This is a broad and varied coalition. And this is also what winning looks like. When you have a large coalition, you're going to have debate within it. And so a lot of what Blaze will do in the coming years is highlight that debate within the right, because that debate will decide the future of the country and where the policy within the party and the administration should go. So I just want to manage expectations, tell people those debates are going to come, and those debates are good. Those debates are healthy because they are about different sides that all have a point, balancing things out. So for instance, even now in the HHS, in when it comes to health and the administration, you have some people who are filling appointments who are more on the tech bro side, like more Palantir types, and you also have people who are full MAHA. very much about moving against, a big corporate and a lot of the poisons and questioning a lot of the scientific research in the past, which was funded by big corporations. Now, those two sides won't always agree. I like them both, right? They both have great qualities, and if they're debating things internally, that's good. That's healthy. That's what we want. And so it's not going to be just one big happy party moving forward. And the left will, of course, say, oh, look how divided everyone is. But that's not actually going to be true. These people all agree on certain things and are moving in the same direction. They've left the left and the Democrats behind in the dust. And now, in order to build a new coalition of the future, we're going to have a lot of exciting debates amongst ourselves about where this should go. And again, that is a sign of winning because you have so many different people at the table.
Well, promises made, promises kept. It's easy, I think, to get people to come over to vote for you for a single day. Mm-hmm. It's difficult to build a coalition that lasts. But what I've seen, though, RFK Jr., I think, is a perfect example of this. Not only is it the entire MAHA wing of this party, but also the fact that he is who he is, the last name is what it is, and he goes through and he says, Donald Trump made a lot of promises to me. Mm-hmm. And he has kept every single one of them. Mm. That is the way to build something that is sustaining, that is lasting, that is not just like, hey, we're just going to use you to get votes so we can get the power and keep the power. No, we actually care about making something that is going to be beyond just a 2-year, 4-year arrangement.
Yes, for this to truly be a realigning, a generational election, right? You will need exactly what you're talking about. And what you're talking about is leadership. So the secret ingredient in a coalition and keeping it together is a sort of leadership that understands both what the best thing is moving forward, but also is able to, I don't even want to use the word compromise, but able to put together the coalition, put aside differences and figure out, I'll give you this, you give me that, that's acceptable, we'll move forward. So that's the leadership we've seen for Trump 2.0, as you call it. Trump 2.0 is someone who is able to manage that much better than before because he's letting a lot of different voices in, and those voices are mature and able to also say, I'll give you this, you give me that. So it's the leadership required is there from the top down to all the generals. I mean, that's what's exciting about this. But that doesn't mean there won't be serious debate. Any good administration and any good movement is going to have serious debate moving forward about what ought to happen, and not everyone's going to win everything they want, right? But my point is, this is what winning looks like. This and the secret ingredient will be leadership.
Absolutely. Now we have to have some leadership over there on the Senate side. Unfortunately, you can't just rely upon the Republicans because they have to get it out of cloture first. It's all just a bunch of Senate talk before they can actually even just vote on the bill. That's the way that they do it in D.C. They make it a little bit more difficult than it needs to be on purpose.